The Mistborn magic system is widely considered to be the gold standard for modern fantasy. The system's complexities and nuance are something many authors strive to achieve, and in this video we will go over in detail exactly how this magic system has captured so many people's imagination. I do need the disclaimer that this video will contain spoilers for Mistborn Era 1. I will keep them as vague as possible, but if you would like to go in knowing absolutely nothing about the magic system, it should go without saying you cannot watch this video. But in terms of spoilers for the story, those will be kept to a minimum. This video is being brought to you by Campfire's new DLC World Building. We'll get into that later on. Mistborn's magic system can be broken down into three categories: Allomancy, Feruchemy, and Hemalurgy. First, we will be looking at the most well-known and most talked about magic system within Mistborn: Allomancy, a magic system based off the idea of metabolizing metals, otherwise known as burning them. An allomancer will swallow a metal in a small vial, usually containing alcohol and small bits of the metal they wish to burn. While burning a metal, an allomancer will often describe a warm feeling in their stomach, hence the name, burning. This is a completely instinctual process. To activate a metal does not need training. The only time an allomancer will need any form of outside influence to access their abilities is called the snapping. Allomancy is not a magical ability one can access immediately from birth. During an allomancer's life, a traumatic event will usually unlock their allomantic powers. Sometimes this is done with force. A beating can be inflicted on a young allomancer to finally make them break through the wall and activate their allomantic powers. 16 metals in total can be burned by an allomancer, gifting them abilities corresponding with that specific metal. Although not every allomancer can access all 16 metals, most can only access one, and it is a binary system. Either you can access one, or you can access all of them. Those who can only access one are called mistings. Those who can access all 16 are known as Mistborn. While allomancers can use their metals on almost pure instinct, even to the point of burning them while unconscious, effectively being trained to use their metals well is a daunting and dangerous process. For example, burning iron grants an allomancer the ability to pull on nearby metals, sometimes launching themselves into the air. Certainly an advantage in combat, but if handled improperly, could result in falling to your death. But the dangers expand beyond the physical. Burning a metal, which is beyond one of the established 16, can have harsh consequences, or even burning an impure metal can result in sickness or death. The nuances to allomancy extend beyond the dangers, though. There is also a process in which an allomancer can burn their metals faster than normal. This is known as flaring, and can grant abilities far beyond what is normal. For example, flaring pewter, a metal which increases the physical abilities of the burner or the allomancer, will result in the increased physical abilities pewter grants, stretching far beyond what is normal for the allomancer to achieve burning the metal. There are 16 metals in total, but only 10 are known at the beginning of the first Mistborn era, due to the Lord Ruler's suppression and alteration of knowledge. In the first Mistborn era, they are known as the 4 physical and 4 mental metals, with gold and atium being known as the high metals. There is also a pairing of metals as well. For example, copper can create a copper cloud hiding allomantic pulses, while bronze, its brother metal, does the opposite, hearing allomantic pulses, which are the signs of allomancy being used. One metal is a pure, and it is paired with an alloy, a mixture of that base metal. The same is true of iron and steel. Iron pulling on nearby metals, while steel pushes them away. Now, let's go over every single one of the allomantic metals. As we covered, steel and iron grant the allomancer the ability to push on nearby metals with steel and pull with iron. Burning bronze allows the allomancer to detect others using allomancy, while copper will build a cloud around the burner to hide from this detection. Pewter increases the physical abilities of the Allomancer, granting strength and healing. Tin increases the senses such as sight and hearing. Zinc allows the burner to inflame emotions in others, while brass allows the opposite, a soothing effect which can be felt if watched for. Duralium enhances the current metal being burned, while aluminum wipes internal allomantic reserves, nullifying any metals that have been consumed. Necrosil forces the person you are touching to flare their metal, burning all of it. Chromium wipes allomantic reserves of whoever you are touching altogether. Gold allows you to see past versions of yourself or lives you could have led, while Electrum reveals paths you still could go down. Cadmium slows down time in a bubble around the user, while Bend alloy speeds up time in a similar bubble. Now, while these 16 basic metals are known, there are 2 additional god metals. Atium grants the Allomancer an expansive vision of the future, letting them know where attacks might come from. The more atium, the greater the reach into the future. Lerasium transforms a person into an Allomancer, or enhances the abilities of her current Allomancer. But quickly, we need a word from this video's sponsor. And this video is brought to you by Campfire Pro's latest DLC, the World Building Expansion Pack. If you're not already a Campfire user, I highly recommend you try it out. It's an incredible way to organize and keep track of the story you are building. But now, with the World Building DLC, you can keep track of the larger world you're building easier than ever. With this DLC, Campfire has added the ability to keep track of languages, magic systems, specialty items, systems of all kinds. In this video, we're talking about one of the best built worlds of all time in fantasy, the Mistborn world. It gets respect and praise everywhere, and if you want the edge to help build a world on that level, Campfire's new world building pack is a must. This is an incredible way to grow the application, and for one single payment, this DLC can be yours. Follow the link in the description, go check out Campfire if you are a storyteller who wants to keep everything in one easy to reach, easy to manage application. Back to the video. Allomancy is a net gain magic system where a person introduces magic into their body and has a net benefit from it. Unlike the second magic system we will talk about here, Feruchemy, the second branch of the metallic arcs of Mistborn. Feruchemy is a net neutral magic system. This works by allowing the Feruchemist or user of Feruchemy to store abilities of their own self. For instance, if a Feruchemist stores their strength within a bracer or piece of metal they wear for weeks at a time, they will be weaker during those weeks. But once they access that store, their strength will be increased greatly, directly parallel to the amount of strength they have stored. This is not limited to purely strength. A Feruchemist can also store their speed, weight, breath, sight, memories, luck, determination. The limits are not entirely known. But the end result is Feruchemy being a net neutral magic system, meaning nothing is gained or lost by the user, simply stored. The third branch of magic within Mistborn obviously covers the net negative magic system. Hemalurgy, the third branch of the metallic arts and potentially most dangerous. Hemalurgy is about the loss of power. A Hemalurgist using special metal spikes can pierce a person with allomantic or feruchemic abilities and steal their power. However, during this leeching process, some of the power does bleed off the top, where allomancy is associated with preservation and feruchemy is associated with balance. Hemalurgy is destructive in nature and has truly horrifying implications for its uses. These are the 3 main magic systems of Mistborn. Obviously, the nuances of the series go beyond what I can cover in a 10-minute video, but if you have not read the Mistborn books, I will have links in the description to each. The Mistborn magic systems are all highly praised hard magic systems, a topic Brandon Sanderson himself has spoken on YouTube. I will also link to his lectures on how he designs, conceptualizes, and implements his magic systems. This video is just the first part in a series I will be doing on the depths of the Mistborn lore, magic systems, and setting. If you are interested in seeing the follow-up videos, please like and subscribe. The Mistborn magic system does also continually evolve as the series progresses, especially into Era 2. Let me know if you're interested in me doing a follow-up video to this one where I get into the new aspects to the Mistborn magic system introduced in Era 2, such as compounding I was not able to address here due to spoiler concerns. But thank you for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2 in my Mistborn deep dive series. Transition. Thank you guys so much for watching my first Mistborn deep dive. I plan 3, maybe a 4th, if you guys want me to do all the differences between Era 1 and 2's magic system and how it evolves. And if you would like to craft a world similar to Mistborn's and need help doing so, be sure to check out the sponsor of today's video, Campfire, and the link down below. Like and subscribe if you have not already, guys. Hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. And have a good one, y'all. Peace. And of course, I would like to record a special shout out to my 2 latest high tier Patreons, Elliot Fletcher and the Farseer. 2 badass names. You guys lucked out. I know people like being in certain videos with their names announced, and you guys got a good one. You got the Mistborn one. Congratulations.